Alright, welcome back to another live on We Rebuilds. Hey, so what we're going to talk about today is one of the key things that I'll be talking about is how the steps that I basically used to start buying these cars of Copart and IAA. One of the big ones that I've done before was basically I would have the first car that we rebuilt was that 2012 Volkswagen Passat. So in order for me to do that, what I ended up doing was going on Copart, creating a profile. Now, at the time, I was in North Carolina, so they basically in North Carolina you could public bid, right? But with IAA, also not IAA, with Copart, it's like they will give you like a level where you could pass. Like, so I think the level for me was like, I think it was below $1,000 or below $2,000 at the time. So what I ended up doing was just basically put in a bid for the 2012 Volkswagen Passat. I think I put in a bid of like $1,000 and won it, but then taxes and fees at the time I think came up to like 2,500 or something like that. So, and then because I wasn't thinking that I was gonna win it, it ended up, I want to say it ended up taking like maybe, I would say it ended up taking like, what is it, like 2 or 3 days worth of storage fees. So if if you leave the car for a while, it basically gives you a whole bunch of storage fees. So now going back to what's in the title of like how to buy basically crash cars from IAA and Copart in Florida, one of the things that I've used is getting a broker, right? So while using IAA or Copart, they'll give you a list of brokers, because like for some states, like I think Florida is one definitely for sure, that if you have a Florida state license, you cannot public bid on wrecked cars. So because of that, what I have to do is get a broker. Once I get a broker, then basically use their business name to purchase the car. And then when I purchase the car, it's like they'll have like it's like an agreement in a sense on the paperwork to say, hey, excuse me, they bought the car, but even though they had bought the car, it's like they're the middle person. So technically, even though they have bought the car, they have like a second title thing like that they use to show that, oh yes, even though we did buy the car, technically the car is We Rebuild's car. So if you go to the DMV and you're like, hey, I'm trying to get the title for this car, or get the title of this car in my company name or my personal name, it's like when you do that, then the DMV, the lady or the gentleman at the DMV will be like, hey, hold on, let me check what is this. And then if they check, they'll be like, but if you hand them the next paper, so most of the time that's how they staple everything together. And with stapling everything together, it makes it much more easier to track. So that is one of the processes that I've used to basically bought cars in Florida, because I don't my as a Florida resident, I cannot purchase uh, vehicles in Florida because they don't do public, right? I think there's a couple other states that don't do it as well. I think New York doesn't do it either. California doesn't do it. Uh, I want to say Texas is now coming around, but with Texas will give you, you could buy the salvage title cars in Texas on for public, but the clean title cars you cannot. So in North Carolina, if you had a if you have a North Carolina state license, you could buy um, publicly. So, and that is for clean and salvage cars. So that's the good thing with North Carolina. You can always public bid. The only bad thing about it is sometimes when you can public bid, it's like it's a whole bunch of people that's trying to grab the same cars. So it's like now it's, I would say, more people, a more pool of people coming in trying to get that same car. So that is one of the things when you look at buying cars from certain states. So, but sometimes it's good. So I know another state that is good at with buying cars is Georgia as well. But I can't remember. I think Georgia is, you could buy the salvage title cars as well, publicly. But I'm not sure about the clean titles because I've never really bought in Georgia before. But yeah, that's what basically what I've done the first time. And then in order for me to get the car, I had a credit card that I used, and since it was like $2,500, I used that credit card to purchase the car, got the U-Haul and all, and basically started that first bill. So that is one of the ways that I've basically the used the credit card and just to start off the channel or the first build. So um, that one wasn't really too difficult, I would say. And then, but y'all know we did a lot of trial and error with the car, basically getting the car from getting parts from the junkyard, getting parts from the junkyard. Once we get parts from the junkyard, and then it was a whole, you know, up and downhill battle with. Nothing is wrong with that because we did get things done and out the way, and that's what we had to do for that car. So, but yeah, that's one of the quick things that I wanted to talk about when it pertains to how to basically get started. When I just got started, I basically tried it or started off with buying a crash car, which, you know, was a cheap car, and which, you know, I want to say kind of came out expensive in a sense, because I think I ended up spending about $4,500 in total I spent on that car. And then once I was done, I think I ended up selling it back for like $4,300. So I basically lost $200 off of it. So that didn't hurt that much. But yeah,